So let's get into NXT Takeover Dallas. And what a show it was.
A better show than WrestleMania.
I'd say so. So they kick it off. They kick it off strong here with the NXT Tag Team Championships. American Alpha and the Revival, Dash and Dawson, and oh man, the crowd was hot from beginning to end of this match.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to make a pun out of it right now, but just like, there was nothing to bring back after this match was over, coming from the Revival.
Yeah, like the crowd early on was just hot from the get go. Like all for American Alpha, all cheering for Gable, and the match itself though was actually really good. And American Alpha came out with the win and became the new NXT Tag Team Championships, and the crowd went completely ballistic after that.
Why couldn't Kurt Angle come to WWE and make something out of American Alpha by being their manager or something?
Well, cause TNA's got him, or he's still with TNA. I can't believe it's almost going to be 10 years since Kurt Angle's been in TNA. That is insane.
Would have done great business last year in WWE.
Could have. But still, American Alpha becoming the NXT Tag Team Champions, and I thought the match was great, and even too, like, it really surprised me because you actually have a heel team that the fans actually hate and actually boo, and the babyface team that actually get the massive amount of cheers. What do you know? Unlike WWE, NXT actually the fans actually get behind the baby faces and actually boo the heels, the way it's supposed to be.
Simple logic, and that's what we get.
Overall, great kickoff for that show. Then you get to Austin Aries defeating Baron Corbin. Couldn't really follow up the NXT Tag Title match, but it was definitely a solid match. Austin Aries going over, definitely good. And then we get to probably the match of the night: Sami Zayn and Shinsuke. Can't pronounce the first name. I'm just going to say last name. Nakamura's Zayn versus Nakamura. Definitely a great match.
I just couldn't get it. It was good, but I just someone couldn't really get into it because, I just am not too big on Nakamura's wrestling style, but I enjoyed what he did nonetheless.
Not a fan of the King of Strong style.
Not really. This wasn't as exciting or enticing as what Sami Zayn does. But that's just
okay, yeah, I'll agree with you there. Like, I've seen Nakamura's matches. I haven't really seen enough of it as much as like any other hardcore wrestling fan or indie fan or New Japan Pro Wrestling fan. But I definitely think Nakamura is a great competitor nonetheless. And I thought it was a good match. Wouldn't say it was awesome like all other hardcore fans say it would be, or like think it was that awesome as they say it would be. But it was great.
Well, once again, the crowd was white hot from beginning to end.
Yeah, it was definitely that match was great. And then you get this Nakamura going over. I think that was definitely the right move.
In his first match in WWE, that is how you do it. But apparently WWE still needs to learn that lesson. But wait, with the white hot crowd, is that WrestleMania 18 levels of crowd reaction?
I don't know. I honestly don't.
Even I know it's not Hogan.
I can't really compare. Yeah, it wasn't really like Hogan Rock, but like white hot, but it was.
They were over massively.
Yeah. Then you got the women's championship match: Asuka, Bayley, and obviously we knew that Asuka was going over here, but it just kind of I actually thought Bailey was it kind of suspended my disbelief a little that I thought Bailey was actually going to win this because to be honest, Bailey kind of dominated most of the match. If you noticed.
Like, if I look back, I'm sure I'll notice it as well.
Yeah, just kind of remembering and reflecting on this match, Bailey kind of dominated a lot of the match.
And then Asuka made the comeback.
Well, all of that happened was Asuka, I think, kicked her in the head at one point, kind of like dazing her out. And then she applies that chokehold that she does, her finishing chokehold, and then Bailey passes out, and it's over. And I just remember that crowd just like going out of their seats and like in shock after the ref rang the bell.
I wasn't fully satisfied with Asuka winning by pass out. It would have been better if it was by pinfall, which is always more satisfying, but still props to Asuka nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it was kind of I wouldn't say it was like an awesome Bailey match like she has with Sasha Banks.
It could have been, but it wasn't.
But yeah, didn't get on that level, but it was good. It was good overall, and definitely it was great Asuka winning.
Yes, now one can only wonder who's going to beat Asuka.
Because she hasn't been pinned or submitted since she went to NXT, since she first got here.
Look, she's still getting the Goldberg Umaga rub.
Mm-hmm. So now you got the main event. Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, and I was kind of. What happened?
I wasn't too big on Finn Balor's entrance. It was alright.
Well, it was the demon entrance.
No, it was the Demon Texas Chainsaw Massacre entrance.
Oh yeah, that's right. He brought the chainsaw out. I don't know what it is. I think I've kind of outgrown Balor. Personally, I feel like I've grown a little tired of him, to be honest.
Wait, him in general or just the demon?
Kind of him in general.
Huh.
I don't know. I feel like it. At first I was excited, but I feel like now it's just kind of like, I've kind of gotten exhausted. I mean,
don't
get me wrong. I like Finn Balor, and I think he's a great athlete.
But it's just not as exciting as it used
to be. Yeah, it's just that excitement kind of got away a little bit.
I say bring back the Iron Man Joker and Joker entrances, and then we'd be set.
Yeah, like he did in the Indies with the Joker entrance, and I think at one point he actually did Bane.
I wonder how that's actually possible, but interesting nonetheless.
So the match happened. Right away, Joe got split open from the eye.
Yeah, it's like, there's blood in this match. Okay, it's something.
Yeah, Joe was bleeding like crazy because I think at one point I think it was, I don't know whether it was Balor that headbutted him or he headbutted Balor, but they headbutted somehow, and Joe got busted open in the eye, like really bad. And the whole time Joe couldn't fight because every time like they wiped off the blood, like, and he kept going back, and then it kept bleeding even more, and the trainers had to keep stopping it. And it's such a shame because I know about the whole thing without the health issues and the safety issues, but it takes away a lot of the excitement for the match, or it takes away a lot of the momentum for the match to do that, to keep stopping it, to wipe off the blood.
I know. It's just like this is where it gets the most exciting, and then we stop like,
Yeah, and the fans let them know it. Like they were booing throughout the entire thing. They were saying "fuck PG, fuck PG." They were completely crapping on everything that was happening here.
I did not notice that.
I heard it loud and clear. What they were saying.
Wait, Steve. What's your take on that?
I think that's hilarious.
Well, what's your take on it? Let's say you're in a brawl tournament. You're in a Brawl tournament right now. No, you're in a Smash tournament, and it's your Game & Watch versus someone's Elite Star Fox, or even it's a mirror match. It's Game & Watch versus Game Watch. Both of you are at 80% right now. Even one huge move could end it all, and then suddenly, like, oh wait, hold on, intermission. We got to take a break, eat lunch, and then we'll come back.
I would hate all of that.
That's exactly what happened here.
It's like we're about to get to the best part of the fight, and we gotta stop it right there. It's like,
okay, I understand the health issues and, blood is illegal. But can't you do this, like, when it's least exciting or both of them are down or whatever? Like, you have to stop it right away just to, like do the exciting parts just to clean the blood off. Ugh, not good. But anyways, they eventually continued on, and Joe was still bleeding, but not as much.
Wait, but don't forget that spot where Samoa Joe threw Balor over the barricade. That was cool to see.
Oh yeah, I think too, like, this match was, I think in my mind, it was kind of better than the previous one they had at Takeover London.
I'll have to compare the two again, but I think London was better because we're seeing Finn Balor actually having doubt that, okay, he might not actually come out with the win, but he came out in the end and triumphed.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think, because actually in this one, Joe kind of dominated, and you're really like, oh my God, Balor's getting pummeled. You actually think that Balor's gonna lose here. Like, at least in my mind, and how I saw it.
I'll have to look back at that again.
Like, I actually thought Balor was, like, losing here because he was getting pummeled this whole time. But then, Balor, and then I was shocked too of how they did the finish. Like, Joe does the Nikita clutch, and then Balor walks up the turnbuckle and, like, pushes Joe backwards and pins him.
Oh wait, shades of Survivor Series '96.
With Brett and Austin?
Yes.
Yeah, it was the Brett and Austin finish. And I was kind of, honestly, I was unsatisfied. I was really expecting Joe to win the NXT title, and I actually thought, wow, that looks like they're not bringing Balor on the main roster. I actually thought Joe was winning here, and then I was like, well, if they're gonna have Joe lose here, then what other top heel is gonna be facing Balor now for the title? We're gonna be rivaling with Balor for the title.
Yes, I'm curious who that next opponent will be.
Like, honestly, and I hate to say it, I was a little unsatisfied.
Yeah, I can agree to that too, somewhat, but with Finn Balor's next opponent, and the opponent that will defeat Finn Balor will be Hideo Itami.
Maybe they have, when Itami comes back, he comes back as a heel. And they rival.
Yeah, I don't mind Hideo Itami getting the title, but it kind of stinks though. I had to wait almost a whole year for him to get the belt. Ugh.
Yeah, and Hideo, he's been gone for a while.
Wait, when was he injured?
He got injured. I'm trying to remember. I think he got injured around May last year. I believe it was like one of the Takeover events. I remember he was supposed to be in a triple threat match at one Takeover for like a #1 contenders for the NXT title. Again, it was with Tyler Breeze, Balor, and him in a triple threat. But then I remember he got hurt, so it was just Balor and Breeze.
And it's almost May right now, so it'll pretty much be a year.
Yeah, he's been out for almost a year. It's pretty amazing. Like, I didn't think that injury was going to last him that long.
I guess that'll be the storyline for the next Takeover.
Or what will be really interesting, what if they have he got hurt and Balor Itami Breeze in that was supposed to be in that match. What if Balor becomes the heel? Itami returns as the face, and Itami's like, I got hurt because of Balor. Balor took me out to get to that number one contenders and just to face Breeze and have him, and so now he becomes the champion. That'd be really interesting.
If Balor becomes a heel, I guess I can take it.
I mean, realistically though, I don't think it will happen because Balor is, he definitely has a big following as a babyface, but I think that would be more interesting. Like, I think that would really be more interesting.
Especially if they have Balor Club officially.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, definitely Takeover Dallas was without a doubt a better show than WrestleMania. It's kind of not saying much because there were a couple things that kind of left me unsatisfied, or a few things that left me unsatisfied about NXT Takeover Dallas, but nothing big like WrestleMania.
But I can't really complain that much, though. But not that surprising either to say, hey, Takeover's better than the biggest wrestling show of the year.
Yeah, we predicted right about that. That was kind of one of the predictions we got right, that Takeover Dallas was going to be a much better show than WrestleMania.
Well, hey, that's what happened with SummerSlam last year.
Yeah, Brooklyn was the better show than SummerSlam, without a doubt.
Let's see if it happens again. If we can get their act together, or it's just going to flop.
WWE they better get their act together. It's not good. You have SummerSlam, your second biggest show, not be better than NXT Takeover Brooklyn, but when you have WrestleMania not be better than NXT, your developmental system show, that's not good.
Oh wait, Mike, don't forget. Hopefully WWE gets their act together for this one. 30 years of Survivor Series this November.
Oh, they better step up for that. They definitely better. That's one of their big four pay-per-views.
Yeah, or even worse, or even wonder what they're going to do for 30th anniversary of SummerSlam next year.
Yeah, isn't it? It's not. I think next year or a couple of years is the 30th anniversary, or next year is the 30th anniversary of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, no, next year will be the 30th anniversary of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
They better do something. They better not screw that up either.
No, I'm sure they won't.
Because that's the next Royal Rumble, the 30th Royal Rumble.
Because, hey, this one was better than last year and the one before it. So we should be fine.
The key word is should be fine.
Yes.
Will we be fine?
Well, WrestleMania 30 didn't turn out too bad. Was alright. So
WrestleMania 32 should have been a good show and should have been so much better, but it wasn't. Should have been. Yeah, should have and actually is two different things.
It should have been on par, if not close to WrestleManias like WrestleMania 3, 17, and 19, but
especially with the WrestleMania of this magnitude and like the amount of people they were drawing in, they had to make it that big, and they had to deliver good, and they didn't.
I'm so glad WWE didn't say, "Oh my, WrestleMania was so awesome last night. It was just as good as WrestleMania's like WrestleMania 3, 17, and 19."
I would like. I would not. I'd be so disappointed if that was the case.